Hey everyone, it's Erica here, and I am just making a video today talking about consciousness and levels of consciousness. And I've been really focusing on working mostly, especially if you've been working with me lately. You have been experience what a powerful shift we can make by actually tuning in to our subconscious, um, instead of just the brain, right? Because the brain, the mind, I should say, the human mind, it's programmed, okay? It's programmed. So I'm trying to like do this kind of in layman's terms, I guess. Let's just say that, and I love Roxy too. I want to have you guys, if you're really interested in exactly how this subconscious starts working, she has some great analogies. Um, like your human mind is basically, it just kind of goes on autopilot. So whatever's been programmed into that mind is what you're going to be seeing more of in your life. And I'm here to disrupt all that shit for you, okay? I'm here to clear that out. I'm here to help you open up to using other parts of your brain that society, school, religion, government, they don't want you to use that. They don't want you they don't want you to know that it's not just your you call it your monkey mind, it's not just your monkey mind that makes up everything that is you. And honestly, anything is possible through the subconscious. Anything is possible through um, programming the subconscious yourself. Um, and of course, the government knew that. Now, once you really start getting into some of this stuff and realizing how very powerful your subconscious really is, you're gonna be blown away when I tell you some of this stuff. Um, Now, you know what's really cool? So some of you who are already into like subliminal stuff, I basically listen to stuff to feed my subconscious, honestly, 24/7, really. Um, I have playlists that I listen to all night that are feeding my subconscious. And when I'm just doing things around the house, I have a playlist on. So I'm always getting stuff into my subconscious, but I wasn't always like that. I didn't have a clue before, right? Right? And I have taken several courses over the past couple of years. I've really been in depth studying with this. I've been doing like multimodal healing. There's just so much that can be done when you start speaking to your subconscious. Okay, so let's talk about subliminal messages and how your subconscious can hear, and you don't even have to hear it. You don't even have to hear with your ears. Like, that's how amazing the subconscious is. Now, this isn't new information, okay? Unfortunately. And if you're getting this as new information, don't be hard on yourself. Just like take the time that you need to kind of like be in shock, and then like you may be very very mad when you find out that you've been being completely fucked with and programmed pretty much your entire life. So some facts about the subconscious. um it is so powerful. It can absorb like 80,000 messages at once, you know? So if you're into subliminals like I am, I listen to a lot of subliminal tracks, which basically binaural beats, solfeggio frequencies, and then underneath that is subliminal messages. And now how people make these are, I think they do it on a computer, but basically you can type into the computer or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, um, whatever it is that you want your subconscious to do. So I'm here to tell you right now, the government's known this forever, and they've been freaking pumping your subconscious full of bullshit for your entire life. And it's coming through your TV, it's coming through your radio, it's coming through thin air. I mean, they have shit. And you know, I was not always sensitive to feeling this and sensing it, but it took for me um when I had a twin flame awakening. I went through a dark night of the soul, and as I was on that healing journey, I came across this. And when I fully detoxed myself and dismantled all their programming. What, baby? Okay, lovey. So here's the crazy thing, okay? And the commercials, it's bad. It is really, really bad. Take commercials, especially commercials for like women, like for makeup, especially for makeup. The In this commercial, the thing is, it doesn't matter what they say in the commercial. Even if the commercial is 30 seconds long. Do you know how long 30 seconds is when you have a loop of subconscious subliminals pumping at you? They're telling you, and this is how they like make you think that you need their product. Oh, you are so ugly if you don't buy this product. You will only be pretty if you purchase this product. Like, they really, really fuck with you. You want to know what's happening right now in the world? It is the great awakening. People are waking up to this bullshit, and we're saying, fuck this. Seriously. Okay? It's coming through your television shows. It's coming through everything. And I really, really ask that you start looking into this. Now, you want to get to the other side of your healing journey. It's going to take a lot of work, but let me tell you, they've been programming you through your subconscious since fucking day one. Okay? Unless you've been raised by amazing parents who were completely conscious and woke, and they had you off the grid somewhere, you're affected by this. In fact, the entire collective is affected by this. And it's something that you can undo. You can undo it, okay? I found a way to undo it. I've been undoing it. I'm not sure the last time I posted a video, but you know, I feel I'm a different person right now. And it's because it took a lot of inner deep soul work. And I'm not going to lie and say it was overnight, but some shifts you can make in an instant, especially if you've been working on them. So because I'm coming out now for my clients with more subconscious work, I figured I'd make a video about this because I want them to understand what it is I'm actually doing. Because even if they're hearing me speak, with their ears and they're hearing it with their mind, when I actually call in the other aspects of themselves, the subconscious, the superconscious, the inner child, these are all consciouses that we have within us as a light body, okay? And when you call forth one of those aspects of yourself, you can then begin to get to know a little bit more about what's going on. And there's a lot. Let me tell you what they're programming. They're programming hatred. They are programming everyone to just be slaves, slave mentality, violence, um, anger. Like, they are really programming this out into you. And it gets even worse to the fact that, like, they actually have satellites dedicated to playing certain you listen to these frequencies, you listen to these very low frequencies, they're pumping out from a satellite, and to purposely induce fear into human beings on this earth. And it is time for this shit to stop. Okay, we're fucking done. We're done. We're here, we're awake, and we're here to make a shift. Okay, so this is why I'm trying to get anybody who will listen and who's interested, please understand how much of a difference you can really make by doing your subconscious work. Now, you can work with me, of course. I love helping people, and it's what I do, but like, I want you to know that you can definitely do this yourself as well. And then, like, in addition to working with a coach such as myself, or one of, there's so many amazing coaches out there. I work with 3 or 4 coaches myself, and I really do. I work with the best of the best. And I'm telling you what, if you work alongside of a coach and then also commit to doing your own personal work, you can shed this stuff, and it's going to feel great, because you know what? It's crazy. It's crazy how it's energy. Now, you may now, because you've watched this video, here's what I'm hoping. This is like a seed planted. Just be aware. Just be aware if you start hearing, let's say, for instance, here's just an example, a random example. If you're washing dishes, or okay, something slips and you do, like, have a little accident, if you hear in the back, "Oh, you're so fucking stupid. God damn it, you can't ever do anything right." Okay? If that's like one of the first thoughts coming into your mind when, like, an accident or something happens, you need to be able to say, "Oh, whoa, hey, I noticed this thought. I noticed that thought." Don't let it snowball. Don't let it keep going. Don't let it keep going and going and going until the only thoughts in your head are, how horrible you are. Back up. Be like, "Hey, where did this thought come from?" And then when you have time, or right then and there, if you know what I mean, right then and there is great. But if you have time, it's like, sit with yourself, kind of like focus in and say, "Hey, soul, when was the first time that I heard that, when I made an accident like that, And then see if you can call forth your inner child and be like, "You know what? Oh, I had a parent who used to make me wash dishes, and then they would always scream at me if I didn't do it right." Or, "Oh, you know what? I had a job when I was a teen, and I remember I worked for a boss who would scream at us and call us idiots if we didn't do something right. Okay, just whatever it is for you. These are just random examples. Whatever this is for you, okay? Ask your inner self, where did this come from, right? And just be aware. Just be aware that this stuff is coming, just be aware of this stuff is coming up. And that's how it all starts, because you know how they say that if you don't acknowledge that there's even an issue, you can't move forward to fix the issue. This is kind of like that first step, that acknowledgement. And you can get rid of this. You can get rid of the programming. Now, for those of you who've been watching me, you may have heard me talk a little bit about these subconscious negative patterns, these subconscious negative beliefs. And I have compared them to like little turnips, like they're little turnips that are wedged all over you, all in you. And you kind of have to rip them out, and you got to rip them out by the root, one at a time. Sometimes you can get a lot at once, but you have to keep going at it, ripping them out. You know what I mean? And just the fact that you can be aware of a thought is your very first step. Okay, so let's recap here. If we want to start, if you're here, if you're watching this video, you are interested in rewiring your subconscious. So where do you start? Where do you start? You start with an awareness. You start with that conscious awareness that, hey, where is this thought coming from? And then you really, really need to go ahead and you got to sit still with yourself. You have to sit still. Really question where was the first time? And, maybe if it's something that's been repeated so incredibly often, this may take you a few times to do. And you might not go to your, if you are having too much trouble recalling the first time. Now, usually the first thing when you ask your soul, when you ask your inner child, when was the first time? You will be kind of shown in your mind's eye like a vision, or picture yourself at the first time. Just go with the first thing that pops in, don't question it. Just, oh, okay. And then work on speaking to your subconscious. So you can speak to your subconscious yourself, or you can get a coach. And what I do is when I have my clients, I kind of shut down their human eyes, I kind of shut down their human mind, and I'm going to speak to the subconscious, the superconscious, the inner child. And that can really help kickstart you, is when you allow someone else to kind of plant the seed, if you're new to this. But really get in the habit of like getting into your own intuition. Where did this come from? Okay, once you know where it came from, you can do something called past revision. Okay, now when we see where it came from, you're going to take yourself back to a guided visualization, a guided meditation, and think back, okay, how did I feel? My hair is bothering me. I was out in the storm. I did my hair all cute, and then I went out in the rain, and it made it not as straight. So you can do yourself a guided visualization, okay? You're going to take yourself back to that beginning. You're going to take yourself back to that first time. And you know what, you guys? There's so many different ways that you can start to clear out your subconscious just on your own. as you're visualizing, you know what, if you're someone who really likes to script and write down stuff, do that. Whatever works best for you personally. Just really start implementing this stuff. And this is like, if you're getting trapped in, God, it's just the negativity. It's just all the negativity. It's like you don't really know where it came from, but you know that it's there, and you know that it's been there. Like, at some point you're going to stop and halt and question this. And that's awesome. That's exactly the first step. Stopping, halting, questioning. Where did this come from? Is this me? Is this really me? Because your higher self isn't going to say that to you. Okay? Your higher self is only love. And so learning to recognize and dismantle all of these programming is going to be the very first step to kickstart you on your healing journey of reprogramming your subconscious to live the life you want, to live the life that you are here by birthright to claim, your life of abundance, your life of joy. Okay? And really, like, once you do your research on this, truly, like, start telling people about it, because this is why we're here. This is why we're here right now. Okay? Our souls incarnated here at this time to be able to guide others to do this now more than ever because of this whole awakening. This is the time. This is the time to deprogram your subconscious and reprogram. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a few things that really work for me personally. And if you want to start looking into some of these things, go ahead. There's probably a lot more stuff too than what I'm doing. And I've had some profound results. So I think one of the most important things that people need to know is you have to clear before you fill up. And I know that this can be extremely frustrating, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but think of it like a full cup. Think like you're holding a cup, and your cup is filled to the brim with shit water. Okay? Literally sludge and shit water. Okay, you don't want that in your cup. No. But you can't, this isn't a cup. You can't just pour good water in your cup of shit and think that the good water is going to like take over. First, you got to remove the shit before you put the good water in. And so that's kind of like, you have to deprogram your negative thoughts before you start reprogramming your positive thoughts. And I love using subliminal frequencies for this. I love light language. I really love light language. I'm pretty much obsessed with Abigail Wainwright and Cindy Kim right now, but there's like 5 or 6 people that I love to watch, listen to the light language. I'm actually in a course to learn how to channel light language, and some of you have watched some of my previous videos where I've been doing the light language healing for you, because I am a coder, so I can basically code you and help you clear out by using the light language tones so far. But I'm waiting for all my full light language to come online to be able to heal people in that way as well. But these subliminals, it's powerful. It is a powerful tool to healing yourself. And when we yes, oh, that's so cute. You got a lot. When we start getting into habits of doing this, you're going to start noticing that you're just more sensitive to it. Now, when I first started clearing myself, I was getting rid of all of these awful toxic beliefs and programs. And I did a lot of that by working with light language, by working with the subconscious subliminal frequencies. Now, you can find sleep tracks. Let me, just off the top of my head, Minds in Unison, Magnetic Minds, High Vibes Now. There's so many channels. If you just type something in, like all kinds of stuff will come up. But what you first want to start using is, you could even put clear subconscious negativity programming subliminal. Type that in to YouTube. Stuff will come up. And a lot of it has like raindrop sounds or, you know, like just whatever. Like you're not going to hear what's going on because it's subconscious. Okay, subconscious undertones. I don't know, get a napkin or something. Subconscious undertones. Which is why once you start realizing all of this, you're like, wow, they're putting all this shit in my TV. They're putting all this shit in my music. And you're going to be like, wow. Okay, so once you start listening to these tracks and you're hearing, okay, the classical music, maybe you're hearing the raindrop sounds. What, baby?
I want to play.
So a lot of, oh, how's that? It sounds like static. Oh, how's that static doing anything for you? Okay, and it's like, then you have to get into this whole big discussion. Kind of why I'm making the video, because it's a lot. It's a lot to learn, and it's a lot to take in when you first find out about this. And it's kind of hard to describe too, but seriously, when you listen to these clearing subliminals, like if you actually allow yourself to kind of lay back, relax, and like put one on for an hour, subconscious negativity clearing subliminal, you'll feel energy like kind of dissipating out of your body. You will feel a difference, especially as you keep at it. And once you start clearing stuff, you know, you're going to start noticing like things will be a little different. Stuff will pop into your head a little bit different. And then the fun part, once you clear it all out, you get to reprogram yourself. You know, you get to reprogram yourself for what you would prefer, you know. And we'll get into those too. I don't want this video to be super long. I know I gave you a lot of information in this video. So we will get into reprogramming and how fun it is to reprogram. But first, you have to deprogram, okay? You have to dismantle in order to reassemble, okay? So if you need to watch this video a couple times, watch it a couple times. Take notes, maybe write some stuff down. And yeah, good luck. Like, I'm here for you. If you need me, write a comment about it. If you're interested, I do have a free Facebook group. It's called Spirituality in Today's World. You can also get some support in there. And if you're interested in any coaching packages, just reach out to me. And yeah, like, don't go another minute allowing your subconscious to be programmed by someone other than your soul, okay? And it's like, I've noticed since I have deprogrammed myself, I really start to notice the heaviness of a TV show. And even if it's like, it's nothing that you can even hear, you can't even hear this. It's all underneath, it's all undertones being just smashed at you all day and all night. Like, I will notice that I'm extremely sensitive to even being in the same room as certain television shows. And then, oh, you know what? They got a lot of bad subliminal programming in that show. It's not a joke, you guys. It's not a fucking joke. This shit is crazy serious. And we're about to put a stop to it. It's not for kids in there. Just stuff. There's no duckies in there, baby. Can I have a kissy? Can I have a kissy? I just want a kiss. I just want a kiss. Lovey, lovey, lovey. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get off this video. I'm so glad that I was able to make this video today and share this with you. This has been something I've really been wanting to talk about. I have been working very heavily with subliminals since about last July or August. And let me tell you, I've had some profound results. You must stick with it. And some people, they're not programmed as heavily as others. So if you are lucky, you can probably cut this healing time, you know, into like three to 6 months of reprogramming. And you know what? I don't want to tell you that you can't also add in new stuff also, but I'm saying if you have a full cup of shit and you add in a little water at a time, yeah, some shit might come out, but really the best way to do it is get some of that shit out. Fill it up with good, you know, get some more shit out, but really start working at it. And to recap, just the awareness, noticing your thoughts more. Just noticing your thoughts more. Because honestly, your brain never stops working. It never stops. Even if you're asleep, yeah, one part of your brain might be shut down, but your subconscious is always running, always running, always running. And whatever's running in it is becoming you, becoming your reality. And it's fucked. And they bank on that. They bank on that. They bank on the fact that you're never going to figure out what they're fucking doing to you. So figure it out, okay? And I'm here to help. So yeah. All right. Bye.